everyone, and welcome to Shuffle Squad YouTube channel. My name is Elena, and as every time, it's an absolute pleasure to be here with you today, especially because today we are going to be featuring one very, not unique, but very funny type of deck that centers around Oinkologne EX. Not sure if I am pronouncing this right. This has one of the weirdest looks and names from the past generation, I swear. And I feel that this is a really rock deck. It might be able to do some things in the format, but it has very difficult matchups against some of the most popular decks right now, like Lugia, because of the fighting types that they run, because of Lost Box. It's really difficult to deal with Sableye. But anyway, so this little friend here has one attack. Well, has two attacks, nothing out of the ordinary: Maddening Scent and Heavy Stomp. We are going to be using Maddening Scent most of the time. The idea is that with the right support around this guy, that we will be able to keep it alive as much as possible. And I'm going to show you in a minute how we are going to achieve this with this current build that I have been testing. Before jumping into the straight deck list, which by the way you will have it down below in the description, I just want to remind you that if you want to keep supporting the Shuffle Squad as a team, that you can, for instance, get some code cards for your collection here in Pokemon TCG Live using our discount code at PTCGO store, and that you can do the same thing for physical cards at Atlas Collectionables. And having said that, as I explained, so the core of this deck is, and the main purpose is keeping this guy alive for as much time as possible while chipping away damage, while chipping away our opponent slowly but surely. How are we going to keep this big pig alive? Well, we will run one Radiant Gardevoir that will reduce the damage that we take from V Pokémon for any V Pokémon by 20, if I am not mistaken. So this is already giving it like extra 20 damage, which is nice. Then we will also make it even more sturdy with full face card that gives it 20 more. So we are already escalating up to 300, which is pretty nice. And then the best card of this deck, and probably of any colorless type Pokemon, is Cheren, because we will be able to use Cheren every time that our Lechonk is about to die, and put it back into our hand and then promote another one. If you remember how Arceus in Teleon used to loop between Arceus until your opponent got out of resources, that is exactly the approach that we are going to take here with Cheren and with Oinkologne. Again, I don't know how this is pronounced. In order to get the resources that we need, it is important for us to set up Bibarel as our main throwing engine, because of course, like if we are looking to get Cheren turn after turn, we need a way to find them. Also, another important thing about this deck is that it relies heavily on disruption, so that's why we are running triple copy of Judge as well as triple copy of Path to the Peak. If you want, you can add one more copy of Judge, maybe, and maybe one more Path to the Peak, but I don't know if that's really that necessary. For the rest of the supporters, I think that they are pretty self-explanatory. You don't want to discard cards, so that's what we are running: Colress Experiment, couple of casting effects like Boss's Orders and Serena. Then Roxanne is of course going to be very relevant for the late turns of the game, hopefully stacking our opponent without a playable hand. Then we have Cheryl, which is in a way worse and better than Cheren, depending on the situation, but it can completely heal. It can heal your entire field. And then we only run 9 energies, V-Guard energy that of course will give 3 extra HP points to our attackers. That is really good. Double turbo energy, just to retreat the Bibarels, and also because from time to time you can use the second attack from Oinkologne. And I personally like to run one Lucky Energy because it's pretty good. It gives you like one card every turn that they hit you, and that's pretty much it. Couple of Pokégears 3.0 to get access to our supporters. Pal Pad, I sometimes want to add a second Pal Pad, but not entirely sure how to find the space. And just a couple of comments about this deck. As I was saying, I don't think that this is going to be a tier 1 or anything. This is a really rock/fun deck to play. The issue with this deck is there are two things. First of all, the setup. that sometimes you can struggle setting up. And the second thing is that it's really difficult and annoying to play against Lost Box, because in order for you to win against any type of deck, you need to constantly loop Lechonks, and you have to have at least like 1 or 2 Lechonks in the bench. However, Sableye stops you from looping, because they can target your Lechonks. They are not protected in your bench by anything that you run, because Manaphy cannot stop damage counters, and that's pretty much it. And Lechonks just deal with everything pretty easily, and they can even target your Bibarels to leave you without any drawing options. So I think that it's pretty solid, but you need to avoid hitting either Lugia because of a Stone Joner, or you need to avoid them. You need to avoid the Lost Box matchup. True that if you really wanted to, you could go ahead and add 1 copy of Dance Bars if you think that fighting type Pokemon are really going to be dominating the format. For the time being, I'm not running it, but this is just an skeleton, so test it and let me know what you think. And with that being said, let's now get into the ladder and see what we can do with this little friend. There it is, guys, so let's play some games with Lechonk, or well, whatever the stage 1 is called. So I get to call the coin flip. Hopefully I will go first. Okay, so it doesn't look like that, which is fine. At least I would hopefully be able to access some supporter cards. So my opponent is for sure going to start first, unless they are playing some sort of Lost Box variant, in which case they might go second. So, okay, so I think that we can discard going against Lost Box if my opponent is starting first. Look at that, so we're going to give my opponent a mulligan, which is not exactly what we want, but hey, it is what it is. All that I am asking for here is to be able to set up properly, to have at least 1 or 2 Lechonks and maybe a Bibarel, no, not Bibarel, a Bidoof, so that I can start getting cards, but let's see. So I have no basic Pokemon. My opponent will now choose how to bench stuff. I have the feeling that we are going to go against Miraidon EX. Not sure why, but this is my gut feeling. Okay, and this is not that bad. I imagine this is not that bad. At least we have Colress Experiment that will potentially help us setting up. And now our main objective is, of course, to set up at least double Oinkologne, at least double Lechonk, because we have the Oinkologne. How do you pronounce that? Oinkologne? I don't know, that's a really weird name. Anyways, so Miraidon EX with Fluffy, and they are using Tandem Unit. I guess that what would worry me here is the amount of Regielekis that my opponent is able to set up, because with if they are able to set up triple Regieleki, they can KO the EX in just 1 hit. But this is also going to be a bit stressful. They've used Electric Generator, hitting 2 energies, so that means that potentially we are going to be seeing Photon Blaster in the second turn if my opponent is able to get a way to retreat this active Pokemon. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So I think that here what we are going to do is we'll just play Colress Experiment, and we will try to power up a Lechonk. Okay, so yeah, let's go for Colress Experiment. Okay, that is good. This is pretty good. So I really somehow want to get all these Pokemon. I feel that those are the ones that I want. Yeah, feel that, right? Or maybe the Big Art Energy, but the Big Art Energy, not entirely sure of how much this is going to do. So yeah, let's get those ones. Now let's set up these. Because I'm kind of taking for granted that this is going to die, which is fine. Let's play one. We should already start playing 1 energy, right? And then what do I want to do here? Potentially attach the energy, and I think that we need to set up another of those, right? So let's do this. Now my big worry is what are the amount of supporters that I have here. I don't have that many draw supporters, which is an issue. So I think that even if it kind of hurts because I want a second Lechonk, I feel that Bibarel here is the safest choice, I don't know why, but I feel that this is kind of the safest choice. Now, if my opponent has... This was a kind of a risky play, I know. If my opponent has access to boss's orders, the game is just over because this is my lone Lechonk. Now, if they don't have boss's orders, then I am fully equipped to start going. I still need to get a couple of Lechonks going down so that I can start looping between them. But I am kind of hoping that my opponent doesn't have boss's orders. Okay, that's good. That's good. So my opponent uses Colress Experiment, which is the first time that I see this card being played in Miraidon EX. I don't know, why would you risk, why would you risk sending to the Lost Zone valuable cards? But, well, anyways, to each, you know how the saying goes, to each own. So they bench Radiant Greninja. I'm starting to think that they don't play Regieleki, which is fine. I mean, fine by me that they don't play Regieleki, because it's going to be really, really difficult for them to reach the numbers that Oinkologne has. Oinkologne, again, like, I don't know how to pronounce this, and not because I should probably check Wikipedia or something like that. It's just that sometimes I really struggle to pronounce certain names of Pokemon, because I don't know how to name them, not only in Spanish but in any other language. So, okay, they evolved Fluffy, which will get them going and get them recycling energies, which, I mean, it's fine. That would also be very useful for them in the long term, because they are going to be constantly swapping and cycling between Miraidon EX, but that's fine. So now what we are going to do here is we will promote Lechonk. Again, like, they are only dealing 220 damage, which I feel it's pretty good. And this also helps. Our priority here is to set up another Lechonk, which is what we are going to do. I should have probably checked the deck first. Okay, if I want a supported card, I need to hold on to this and first draw with Bibarel and save this, especially for when okay, that's amazing. I need to save this for when I need a Colress Experiment. That's my feeling. And I don't want to use Path to the Peak here. I don't really want to use Path to the Peak at all, because, yeah, true, I mean, they still have, like, free retreat, but I don't want my Radiant Gardevoir to be turned off. Well, actually, Radiant Gardevoir is not going to be used. I was kind of hoping that they had... No, that's true. Radiant Gardevoir is not going to be used in this matchup that much. So, I don't know, let's just attack. It's weird because, yeah, I should have maybe played Path to the Peak. The thing is that these kind of variants, they often try to run at least 1 or 2 copies of Rayquaza, which could be turned off by Radiant Gardevoir. But yeah, maybe I should have done that. I don't know. Next turn, our priority is going to be to use Colress Experiment. Definitely is going to be to use Colress Experiment. Maybe I should have attached... Yeah, now that I think of it, I should have attached the energy here. Yeah, probably I should have attached the energy here and then use Path to the Peak. We are going to draw some cards, hopefully hitting another of those, and hopefully what we need to do here is at some point get Cheren's Scare. But let's see what my opponent does. They need to find... I think they are kind of a stack. Ooh, they just passed the turn? Oh my god, that is absolutely incredible. That is absolutely just incredible. So we are going to put 1 energy here. I'm going to play down Path to the Peak. Yes, this turn I will play down Path to the Peak. I will draw some cards. This is amazing. We have Colress Experiment, which I don't need. Cheren's Scare, which I don't need right now. So I'm going to get all of those and potentially this one. Yeah, potentially this one, I think. We are in a pretty good situation right now as things stand. So just go ahead and attack. That's pretty much it, isn't it? So we are leading to prizes. Now my opponent, yeah, of course, like, they can promote Greninja or something, attack with another Miraidon, but I don't think that they are in the greatest of the positions right now. Maybe my opponent just went inactive? Is that what happened? My opponent went inactive? Did they went inactive? I feel that they went inactive. I feel that they might have just gone inactive. they went inactive. Anyways. It is what it is. Sometimes this happens in Pokemon TCG Live. I don't know if you have been experiencing this kind of situations where your opponent can't just play the game. I myself, I have to admit that even if I was very skeptical about playing in Pokemon TCG Live, I have not experienced any issues or any bugs, apart from minor, well, not minor things, but apart from things like my opponent using some sort of searching card and the game deciding not to show me what the card is. That really bothers me. Or my opponent using something to shuffle back or to recycle cards from the discard pile into the deck, and the game not showing me what were the cards choices. So, but apart from that, it's true that I think that when I was playing Gardevoir, something happened, but yeah, I don't know. I have not been playing the game that much. I've heard terrible things, and I've heard that some online tournaments have been a bit challenging, but I really hope, I really hope that now that apparently all the resources from the International Pokemon Company are going to be centered in Pokemon TCG Live, that this will get solved. Anyways, so it looks like we are going to be here for a while. I don't know why they don't just... Not that they surrender, because probably they just lost internet connection or something like that, but well, that is it. So opponent was inactive for too long. At least we were able to see how this deck is configured. And now I think that it was a short game, so I think that we have time to play another one with our favorite Pokemon from this generation. I don't know what your thoughts are, guys, on this Pokemon. I have a lot of mixed feelings. Because I mean, it's kind of like Bidoof, right? It's so goofy, and it's so goofy that it's cute almost. So I don't know. Okay, my opponent gets to go first. Well, it's going to toss the coin, and yes, it's going to go first for sure. Now, I have the feeling, because of the coin, that this might be another Miraidon EX. I am facing lately a lot of Miraidon and a lot of Lost Box decks, but I don't know if that's because of the league I am, or because that's what everyone is playing. Okay, so if my opponent goes first, I cannot afford losing Lechonk. That's the biggest thing. Ooh, okay. So this is Lost Box. I wonder, why would you as Lost Box want to go first, unless this is not a turbo version? Because depending on the type, well, this might be Giratina, not that I say it. This might be Giratina, in which case I think that it's going to be a really difficult matchup. It's going to definitely be a very, very difficult matchup for us to navigate because of the B-Star. The V-Star attack from Giratina. It can KO one Lechonk without caring about anything else. Now it makes sense that they go first. My point is that most Lost Box variants, the ones that are focused on attacking with Cramorant turn 1, or that want to use Sableye turn 2, they want to go second in order to be able to activate their Colress experiments. But if this is a Giratina type of deck, then it totally makes sense. What did they send to the Lost Zone? So Switch Card and Sableye. Not much here that we can use to understand what type of variant we're going against. So, well, but that's fine. So let's use Capturing Aroma. Hopefully we will get... Okay, this is not what we wanted. This is definitely not what we wanted. So I'm wondering what I should do here. If I should take anything at all. I should actually take the opportunity to see what is priced and what is not. So Gardevoir is there, which is not going to make a huge difference. Cheren Scare. We need to set up at least double Lechonk. That's the thing. If we want to survive here, we need to set up double Lechonk. So let's use... I think that we need to use Ultra Ball here to set up another one. Yeah, I feel that that's the situation here. And now let's judge our opponent. And let's hope for the best here. Oh my god! Okay. Okay, so good thing is that we have now the perfect setup. Bad news is that we need to top deck something. and that is pretty strange. And that is definitely pretty strange. So okay, knowing that my opponent has Greninja, I think that Manaphy is like the right choice to go for. And now, heart of the cards, I believe in you. You might have argued that I should have kept the Capturing Aroma, but I really wanted to set up a second Lechonk, and I think that the odds of me hitting were for 50-50. But if I had been able to hit another Lechonk, maybe my play would have been different. Also, I was kind of hoping my opponent not to get Correct Experiment out of the Judge, but I think that Judge is a lie. I really think that Judge against Lost Box is just a lie. It just does not work, because you judge them turn 1, and I've been experiencing this with Mew control and other type of control decks, RQ Giratina and so on. These kind of decks that run between 3 and 4 copies of Judge, and it does not work. And I'm not saying that it does not work in the late game, because of course late game, when they have like 10 cards in the deck, they don't care about you judging them. They are still going to draw their entire deck. But I am talking about that precise turn 1 Judge. They don't care. They always hit the Colress. They always do hit Colress. Okay, so now the good news is that I think that we are in a kind of a stable position, so we might have some turns, but the more turns we give to Lost Box, the worse. So at some point we really need to top deck something. A Colress Experiment would be amazing, and Ultra Ball might be used next turn. We might even see an attack from Cramoran this turn. I think that we might see... Ooh, so Choice Ball has been sent to the Lost Zone, which is good in case that this is Giratina. I don't know, again, like, what is my opponent playing? What version of Lost Box is he playing? I'm not a bit worried. Okay, so they don't attack, which is great. We also don't get anything, so we are just going to end the turn. Because it does not matter, like, what am I going to play the Escape Rope for? For them to just promote the other Comfy? No, that does not make sense. So I know it's risky to just go ahead and play Judge when you don't have Bibarel in hand or Bibarel set up in the field, but okay, so this was a lightning type energy, so I'm imagining that this is a Sky Seal Stone variant, which we need to be extremely careful with because they run Zapdos, and Zapdos can KO. No, Zapdos actually is not going to hurt us because it's an EX. We have an EX Pokemon. Okay, so please, fingers crossed for me, and let's really hope that we can get something out of our top deck. There are many cards that can save us. I know that there are many others that won't help us at all, but we want... So we are looking at things like Ultra Ball, we are looking at things like Judge, potentially, Supporter. Any type of supporter card would be very welcome. Also, there are some items that could also be really welcome, but... Okay, you know what? So I'm going to promote one of these Lechonks, and just hope for the best. Please. Heart of the cards. Okay, so this didn't work at all. So I'm going to promote one. So I'm going to put this here. And what do I do in this situation? Oh my god, like, that's terrible. I feel that, yeah, Judge was risky, but I also think that I had too many out. I had outs. I literally had outs. I am also running like 2 or 3 Pokégears. So that is very unlucky. So what do I sacrifice now? Yeah, maybe that Lechonk, just pass the turn, because I feel that I cannot give him the Manaphy or the Bidoof. Those are my only options to draw and to get into the game. Okay, you know what? Let's do the following. If in the next turn or 2 turns I draw dead, I'm just going to concede the game. Also because against Lost Box this is going to be a really lengthy game, and without me being able to attack, okay, so they got the Manaphy. That's terrible. That's terrible. I feel that this might be their only boss orders that they run in the deck. So, okay, let's go all in with our big pig and let's draw something, please. Okay, but Bibarel works. Well, kind of. Bibarel, I think, kind of works. So, Industrious, Incisors, at least we get something going. Klara is also really good. Klara is also really good to recover some things. Now, I think that I need to play Klara. I feel that I need to play Klara, right? Well, not entirely sure. I think I need to start attacking. So that's pretty clear. I need to start attacking. At least I will get the attack. And I think... Yeah, I feel that I need to get... I think that I need to get Manaphy back into the game. I think that I need to get Manaphy back into the game. And now my big worry is that... So are they going to target down this Bibarel with Sableye? How many cards do they have in the Lost book? In the Lost one? Ooh, so many. So Sableye is going to be a thing. Don't like that, but I feel that I need to bench another one just in case. I think that I need to bench another one just in case that this Bibarel gets targeted. And what I'm really wishing for here is another judge. What I'm really wishing here is another judge. To be honest, the matchup against Lost Box is a pretty horrible one because they are able to target down your Lechonks before you evolve into them, and that is something that really hurts. And you have a lot of problems to deal with Sableye. Your only real option is to judge them and for them to start to go slower. But of course, that is not always the case, and especially with how we started the game, it's impossible. How we started the game. We should already be at least 2 prices ahead, and we are behind the price race. And Lost Box has a lot of difficult opponents to deal with, or difficult attackers to deal with. Now, the only reason why I'm staying in this game is because they have sent to the Lost Zone the other copy of Sableye, so potentially that will kind of difficult them to start doing start with the Sableye loop. Okay, so another Colress, yet another Colress experiment, and I don't know, I don't think that my Oinkologne can be KO'd this turn, but definitely I think that Sableye is going to make an appearance here. I feel that Sableye is going to make an appearance here. Okay, ooh, so Zapdos makes an appearance here. Now, how many... They need to use a lot of... they need at least... Wait, what are they doing? But Zapdos cannot attack. They need to use the Mirage Gates. Haven't they realized that? Yes, I guess they have. Okay, Energy Recycler, so that means that... So they need to use 2 Mirage Gates here. And we are pretty much screwed. Okay, we are pretty much screwed. Okay, because I'm sure that they have all the things in the world. Oh my god. We weren't able to hit, what is it called? The Path to the Peak here, which is very unfortunate. So I think that my only kind of hope here is through Roxanne. I think that my only hope is to Roxanne. Well, I need to find the Path to the Peak for sure, because if not, Zapdos is going to attack again. Okay, and then they need a second one, but I'm sure that they have it. Yes, they have it. For sure they have it. Like, they had like, what, 17 guards in hand? For sure they had it. You see how difficult the matchup is, especially if they run Zapdos. Okay, so Oinkologne goes down because of the weakness. Another Cramorant, so we are going to promote this one and hope that we can draw Roxanne somehow. Not sure how, but I think that the only option here is to draw Roxanne. Yeah, to draw Roxanne and Path to the Peak, and hopefully that Zapdos will get stuck in the active position, but we are in a really bad situation. I'm not going to lie. So another Lechonk that I don't want, so I'm going to discard this and this. So my main objective here is to get... Maybe I should have gotten another Bibarel, I don't know. So let's use Bibarel, maybe, yeah, let's use Bibarel. Okay, Roxanne is there, Path to the Peak is there, that is good. that is pretty good. I'm not going to complain about that. Now, I need to hit an energy. I need to hit at least one energy, right? Okay, the energy is here. That is fine. And then I'm going to use Roxanne. Well, back to the big... No, it doesn't matter. I have already lost. I have already lost because this is fully powered. Yeah, this is fully powered. Like, what do I do in this situation? No, that's it. I just lost against a full powered Zapdos because it can attack again. I don't have a way to protect myself. It can discard my energy. So, well, that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I cannot deal with Zapdos. That is it. And they are only 2 prices ahead. So, I don't know why I thought that I could shoot Zapdos down, but that is it. So, good. Well played from my opponent. I think that against Zapdos is very difficult to play unless you're playing unless you're playing Dunsparce. But even if you're playing Dunsparce, it can still be targeted down by Sableye. So not. So it's definitely. Wait, why is it retreating? Can it attack? What am I missing here? Am I missing something? Why can't he just attack with? Why can't he just attack with Zapdos? I don't know what I'm missing. Again, not sure. Did I miss something? Had everything. He had everything to attack with Zapdos. What am I missing? He had a fully powered Zapdos. He could have just won the game. Okay, anyways. I think that here we need to boss each other's. I feel that we need to boss each other's here. Yeah, I feel that we need to boss each other's, and it would be ideal to recycle this card to heal off our cards, but we need to use boss each other's because if not we lose. I don't know, that has been a really weird thing to happen. And we need to evolve these 2 Lechonks, but I don't think we have enough Lechonks in hand. I don't think we have enough Lechonks. Okay, heads, that's an evolution, right? Oh, so we don't have evolutions. Okay, so we don't have evolutions. Yeah, pretty unfortunate. Okay, so we don't have evolutions. We have nothing at all. So what is our play here? Yeah, what is our play here? What do we even do? What do we even do with this hand and with all of this? Not sure. Because they are just 1 prize away from winning. So, yeah. Okay, judge. Could be nice. Maybe I just judge my opponent. You know what? Maybe I just judge my opponent and hope for the best. But they only have 4 cards in hand. I don't know if that is really going to matter. I don't know whether that's going to matter that much or not. I think I'm going to Colress experiment just to see if there is... Okay. I was hoping to get a way to recycle my supporter cards, but anyways, well, as you can see, this has been just an overall terrible game. A lot of things had happened. Maybe I could have played slightly better. Maybe what I could have done here is just to judge my opponent and hope that he didn't get a way to power up the Zapdos. But again, I don't know why they what, like, why were they not attacking with Zapdos? Because it was fully powered, and I don't think that he had a thing like, hey, you cannot attack with this Pokemon or something like that. Anyways, I might be missing something. I might be completely missing something. So, okay, Sableye is gone, and we need at least more attacks. Okay, ooh, that's it. If they have the energy, well, actually that's it, right? Yeah, that's it. They just attack with Cramorant, they win, so... Well played. Oh my god. In the end, the video got a bit longer than I was expecting. Anyways, what an excellent battle. Oh, come on. What are those jokes? I haven't seen them in English because I am playing in Spanish, but in Spanish they are pretty lame as well. Okay, excellent battle. Anyways, I hope that you enjoyed the video, guys. I know that that this type of deck is not going to make it to the... It's probably not going to win the A-Week. but who knows? I think that it holds some potential. It definitely holds some potential, but only in the right context. And as I was saying at the beginning, my biggest fear is that it cannot really compete well against certain versions of Lost Box. So, but it is what it is. Again, I really hope that you enjoyed, and let me know in the comments any feedback that you have for me, or how to improve the deck, and if you've tested it, how it has been working for you guys. Okay, so thank you so much, and we will see each other very soon. Bye bye.
The Shuffle Squad is proudly sponsored by Atlas Collectibles, the best place to buy any trading card game product online. Visit atlastcg.com and at the checkout screen make sure to use code TSS12 to save an unbeatable 12% off your entire order. Atlas Collectibles will ship your product anywhere in the world, so make sure you're taking advantage of the 12% savings with TSS12. And if Pokemon is not your thing, don't worry. Go to atlastcg.com and see all the other amazing trading card game products they have there to offer.
The Shuffle Squad is partnered with PTC Geostore to provide our community with the best access to Pokemon TCG codes. They have codes available 24/7, instant email delivery, and you can save 5% off by using code TSS5. If you're a YouTube member or Patreon supporter, you'll have access to a special code that gets you 10% off. So what are you waiting for? Use code TSS5 today and save 5% on your next order of codes on any codes available at ptcgeostore.com.
Are you trying to be the best like no one ever was? Now is your time. Head on over to Manaphy.gg and search out all our amazing Pokemon TCG coaches, where you can book all sorts of training plans ranging from deck help to full season sessions with your favorite coach. What a great way to up your game. Check out Manaphy.gg in the description below and take your game to the next level. Challenge yourself against trainers from around the world to compete for the biggest online prizing yet.
Are you ready for an unbelievable tournament unlike anything else you've ever seen before? The Shuffle Squad is proud to announce our newest tournament series, the Late Night Event, with an amazing grand prize that's bound to have you excited.
Players can compete via play.limitless.tcg.com's online tournament platform every Tuesday to get a chance to earn weekly prizes. And every week, your placement in the tournament is tallied by points based on your best finishes to earn your rank for the Late Night Invitational event.
The series will be conducted starting February 7th of 2023 and carry all the way through to the Invitational on July 9th of 2023, where the top players will be rewarded the grand prizing.
And the grand prize is a signed jersey and photo op with the entire Shuffle Squad, as well as a fully paid trip to the Pokemon World Championships in Yokohama, Japan. This includes hotel and airfare, whether you're a player or a spectator.
Don't forget to check out all the live coverage on our YouTube and Twitch channel of the top cuts of these events for every week. And subscribe so you can get notified where to watch the Late Night Events Invitational brought to you by the Shuffle Squad. Now get out there and start winning. We'll see you in Japan.